I didn't realize it was in the same project as the one we'll be talking about today.
Really?
I'll describe some details when.
All right, yeah.
Okay, let's. All right. I'm excited now because man. Okay, let's jump in. before I get excited and drawn into it. Okay. Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Jobless Weebs, episode 104.
Woo!
I'm Brian, and with me today.
Pachi.
What? Oh no!
From Love Line, like Onitsuka is like. Pachi.
Oh yes! Oh nice. Namaila.
This is Mark, because we're Mexican.
How are you?
Doing
how
good.
Are you?
You're doing good.
Oh good.
This was a good week. It was my second week.
The new position.
It's,
yes.
Yeah, I'm no longer in training, so next week I'm gonna be a big boy.
Yes, and really get into it.
Let's see how I messed up things, or how I don't mess up things.
Oh yes. Well, fingers crossed. Because
right.
every time.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, like starting out something new.
It's kind of scary because it's just a lot of information.
Yeah.
Like just with the software and the database that I need to poke around to do my job. It's like
you have a lot of responsibility.
I think I know what I have to do, but sometimes it's just kind of like, kind of like an information overload.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what's next. I know that I have to do some stuff, and it was good because I had the training wheels, and I had the person that I was replacing. She was like, "Oh no, that's not quite it." I was like, "It's good like that. You have the right idea, but you have to do this first." I was like,
okay,
"Oh yeah, you're right," and I would
that's good.
Write it down, but
that's good. So you already did like a kind of like a trial training period.
Yeah. For a lot of this week, she just like left me there in the wild, pretty much, and was just like stopping me when I was like derailing. But how was your week, Brian?
Mine was pretty good. I was reading listening. I listen on like a library audio app, and I've been listening to more Stephen King. And boy, when he usually does horror and like supernatural, like I want to say domestic thriller, because it's not quite like in your face gory horror type stuff, but very homely, domestic, like like ooh, check underneath the bed, or like check your closets, like who's gonna come after you next kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
Kind of like home type horror. But then when he doesn't write horror, it's still really weird stuff. Like this one I'm listening to is a fairy tale like retelling, and it's called Fairy Tale. And it's so weird. Oh gosh. Yeah, like he goes down this tunnel and it leads to another world, a fairy tale world, and it's like grimdark, and it's like the things, all the fairy tale elements, but like in messed up ways. So it's something. But Stephen King, oh gosh, hats off to him. Yeah. So
they should make like anime adaptations of that.
I know, right? Yeah, it would work. It'll just work, I know. It's been a pretty fun week listening to that. Oh boy.
I think that your definition of fun has been slightly distorted.
It has. Oh no. Oh yikes. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, let's jump in to some light-hearted anime.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, like some weeks are really weird depending on what you listen to and watch and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, oh man, it's been really crazy. So yeah, this week we have a really great anime for you. It's kind of like a completion of some of the past ones that we've done, and I want to talk about that from pretty early on, right from the get-go. The anime we'll be talking about today is Hula Fulla Dance.
Hula Fulla.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Aloha. Yes. Yeah, it's a really nice anime. If I would describe it, it would be just the epitome of wholesomeness. It's just really feel good.
Yeah, it's a pretty really straightforward great. Slice of life.
Mm-hmm.
Up to it has a slight really touch of like, supernatural.
Oh yes, with the doll.
with Coco-nesan.
Coco, that's the name. Yes, Coco-nesan. Yeah.
But yeah, for the most of it, it's a the pure definition of a slice of life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which nice. It's like kind of like slow pace, mm-hmm. like slow build up,
mm-hmm.
but up to not a finish line, but a point where all the characters have grown.
Yeah, come together,
or have overcome
mm-hmm.
something, or both.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And yeah, it's a really good one. And there's a really fun song in this one too, which was nice, with the idols. But yeah, Hula Fulla Dance, let's see here. Let me pull up some details for you. It premiered in 2021, in December, and this anime is about hula dancing, of course. So we get to see a lot of like performances and the different characters, how they come to grips with performing together, which is always pretty fun, performance type anime. And this one is, I want to mention, this is a part of the Zuto Owen Project 2011 plus 10, which is the decade kind of like remembrance of the 2011
the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami,
which I remember when I was attending high school. I remember when that happened.
No, and like if you remember, mm-hmm. we talk about Susume.
We did, yeah.
Susume is also about that period of time in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, a lot. As we mentioned back then, a lot of people affected by it, a lot of feelings that come with it, and so this anime was part of that project. There were 3 part of this project. The others were, which we've talked about, Backflip, along with the House of the Lost on the Cape.
Oh, so those were the
also
3.
part of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because the House of the Lost of the 3 was actually also after like the tsunami stuff, right?
That's right.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's pretty interesting how those movies like play a really a really good emphasis on remembering what happened, but the point that they want to convey, it's trying to help people move on, or maybe that's a bad word, like trying to help people heal from whatever happened. Because us, we were like definitely outsiders. We're on the other on the other side of the world, and we're like, okay, that's sad.
Totally different.
It's like, we can we can send help, the Red Cross and stuff, but it's like you don't really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is until you feel like a disaster, an earthquake, or something that, even though Japan is really used to those type of instances, like whenever it hits harder,
right.
You see like
Then
people, like they do have feelings of helplessness, and they just need help, like to heal of like the things they lost, like not only like loved ones but material stuff. Because in the house of the Cape,
yes,
like it was about three people, like three women that had lost things dear to them, and they somehow found a new home. In which they were able to heal. Like back then, not quite, but I guess it didn't play also like a really huge emphasis on, kind of like a revitalization. But for example, like the Susume movie, those talk about that, or this Hula Fulla Dance. We have like at the beginning of the movie, it's everything's nice, and then we have a flash forward. And it's like, oh, it's after the tsunami, and like everyone is still kind of green. Also, the movie was released just recently here, right? In 2023.
Yes. It was.
Yeah, I remember because I think it was released alongside the Bakuten movie, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Okay, very nice.
Let's just start because I kind of like jump ahead of myself.
Oh, no worries. That's good stuff. Yeah, because I think that's important with how this movie is set up with the sunflowers and how the tsunami hits and their lives are affected, but then they still dance and try to perform, going around the country, which was kind of cool with the older sister's performance team. So Hula Fulla Dance, it starts out with Hiwa as a little girl and watching her sister perform hula dance, and she's really affected by it. She loves hula dancing, and then some scenes pass by. We kind of see her, of all things, in bed, waking up with the alarm clock going off, but she's not getting out of bed. Oh man! But she goes off, and I think it's at the part where they're like, talking about what they want to decide, what they want to do when they grow up. She has two other friends in her class. Great friends, by the way. They're really great.
Yeah, one of her friends, she wants to be a stylist. And the other friend, she wants to go to college, but it's like a really high demand college, right? So it's really hard to get in. She's
not really passing.
And then they both ask her like, hey, so what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And she's like,
what do you want to do?
Like, I wonder. And they're looking at her like, girl, we're worried about you. Like, what are you gonna do in your life? And again, like, it's high school, your third year. Like, you're always sworn with like, what are you gonna do with your life? Like, you're gonna go to college. You're gonna go to work.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. Like, I'll see. And so, like, she is still indecisive. It is not told.
Yeah.
That the sister that she saw hula dancing back when she was a kid, it's no longer with them.
Right.
And it's because like she passed away during the tsunami. And
that doesn't get mentioned.
And that's also like one of the reasons of why she's kind of depressed.
Yeah.
Because I mean, her sister kind of like had her life together or ahead of herself, and then just like boom.
Right.
So she just starts pondering, like, okay, what am
Oh, yeah.
I gonna do? She's just pondering, and then she hears a voice that tells her to smile, and she's like,
what the heck was that?
Like, just to smile, and it's
dang Coco.
Yeah, and it's Coco-san, a plushie of like a.
It's like a mascot.
Yeah, it's a mascot. It's a fairy.
Yeah.
Or like that's what it represents. It's the mascot of a resort of the area of Iwa where her sister used to work. And yeah, the plushie just talks.
Oh man.
And she's like, what? And from there we have another flash forward.
Oh yes. Yes. Oh man, that was really freaky when that happened. It's like, what kind of movie is this gonna be now? But yeah, she goes to the tryouts, and she does get in, which is nice. But at this part, she gets in, and we see 4 others. So there are 5 who get into the kind of like the program. Was this was at the resort?
Yeah.
And so
it's kind of weird because I guess it's not common here in the States. But I remember watching other animes where they do have something similar. So the thing is that
yes, okay,
right after finishing high school, she just started taking more classes for hula, and she found this place where her sister used to work, which was a resort. And apparently this resort also has, I would say, kind of like an entry-level program for new people, in which they are hired to be dancers, and at the same time they need to perform. So like that's their job, but at the same time they receive classes. So
that's right.
I think it was like a 2-year program in which they would learn like not only hula but some other variation of Polynesian dance and jazz, and they do mention some other genres.
That's right. Yeah.
But I don't think it's quite common in here, but I do remember watching an anime about some, like white collar dudes that were part of a badminton club.
Okay.
For the company.
Oh yes, the badminton anime. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of a different idea. Yeah, I was trying to wrap my head around it, but yeah, you could think of it as kind of like a hired club. Kind of, yeah.
I don't think there's anything here in the States that comes close to that.
Yeah, because it's their job, and yeah, this place that they are working at, essentially, they have the newbies who were just recently brought on, and then they have their senpais who are a couple of years ahead of them, and some more people who are like on the team. And this resort that they're at, they kind of like live together. They have their rooms, and the few other people around who like do the maintenance and stuff. They start taking the classes, and they have the performances. Quite a few performances, I'd say. We are introduced to a few of the others, like Ohana. She's pretty great.
We also had a Shion.
Yep.
Shion was like it's a really shy girl.
Oh yes, very shy.
Kankan. I mean, that's that's her nickname.
That's her nickname. Yeah, her name is Ranko.
Yeah, and Kana.
Ranko Takigawa.
And Kana, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And so these 5 girls, they are taking the classes. They had their first performance. And their first performance, it's kind of like their debut. So it's kind of interesting the way it's set up. They're in this group, but then they also have like a mini group of just them as newbies. So they're going on stage, and oh boy, this is where it really gets going. They're all dealing with their own things.
For starters, let's back up a little bit.
Oh yes,
Hiwa introduced herself to the senpais.
Oh yes,
and she was like, "Oh, I joined here because the plushie of Coco-san that was given to me by my sister started talking."
Yes, yeah. First of all,
and everyone in the room is like, "We got a strange one."
A strange
one.
So,
you got a lot of potential, strange one.
Oh boy!
Keep it up.
Believe it.
And so, yeah,
I can't believe she actually said that. So yeah, that's another thing that characterizes her.
Yeah, I was drinking like some water, and she's like, I almost spit it out. I was like, I know this is an anime, but control yourself.
Yeah, to admit that your plushie talked to you. Yeah. So great. And some other things with Ranko. So they like introduce themselves. Ranko, when she's introducing herself, she's like, "Oh yeah, and I love sumo. Oh wait, no, and I love dancing."
Yeah, she's like this really chubby girl.
She's a really chubby girl.
We also have like one of them yes. It's the really shy one.
Oh yes, yeah.
I mean, she's extremely shy. She's good at dancing, but
she is
not good with people.
Mm-hmm.
And Ohana.
Oh yeah, she's from Hawaii.
And I don't think she has any flaws at the beginning,
mm-hmm.
other than she speaks with "nya."
Yes.
At the end of her sentences.
Yeah.
Then we have Kana being the
yes, kind of like
the most experienced one, and
very mature.
Yeah,
compared to the others. Mm-hmm.
So again, like a group of girls that it's in a wide variety of the spectrum, from strange to strangest.
Oh yes,
because it's not normal to strange; it's like strange to strangest.
Oh yes, yeah, exactly.
And so like they're practicing, they're living together, they're going to go to their first performance because they're like, "Oh, it's the debut of the new girls."
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah. So they change, and it's looking great. They go onto the stage, and oh boy, everyone's like looking at Hiwa, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And she looks back, and would you say it's like their kind of like their leader? Not really like manager, right? It was like the girl. It's like their sensei. She's like,
oh no, it was one of the senpais.
Oh,
one of the solo senpais.
Oh, the solo senpai. Okay, okay.
She was like the best. Top. Yeah.
Okay, it was her then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. She's like she's pointing at her, and Hua looks down, and she has a coat hanger hanging from her skirt. So she's like, like when that happens, you can't really just, take care of it. You're on stage, your performance is starting. So she, tries to take it off, but she's, also freaking out, and it's on the ground, and she's like, what should I do?
Yeah, she kicks it, and like it's even showing slow motion how it just
Oh, great.
Somehow ended up hanging from one of the binds or like the flower arrangements in there. Everyone was like
above them.
Honestly, I wouldn't be amazed because I was like, how did she do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing. But thanks to that thing, she ended up being called Miss Hanger.
Yes. Oh, man.
And also
so embarrassing.
The rest of the group.
Oh, yes. They all also get nicknames.
Yeah.
With
Misumo,
with Ranko, of course.
I forgot the.
I'll pull it up real quick. I'll pull it up. Poker Face, because she literally like never changes.
Yeah,
her
the other one
expression.
are Creepy 1 and Creepy 2, right?
Exactly right. Yep. With fake smile and creepy beauty. So yeah, like even though they're great dancers.
I mean, Creepy 1 and Creepy 2 are great dancers.
That's right. Yeah, and yeah, it was just a fiasco. It was, and then it's like a memorable debut, but all for the wrong reasons. Yeah. What a beginning.
Yeah. Oh boy, because
wow.
One of the good things is like, okay, you somehow reach rock bottom, so you cannot go lower than this. Like a nickname on your debut performance, like you can go lower than that. So it's like there's nowhere else. But up.
That's right. Because this is first impression. You're gonna be remembered for this for the rest of your career. Like unless you somehow do so well that it's erased.
And still
that's hard to do. Oh yeah, right. Because still there's that infamous.
It will be like, remember when you were called?
Right, you'll never live it down.
I could imagine that.
They'll never live it down. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because like
so great.
Kind of from there, it came, this slice of life aspect and really slow build up of, I would say that would be kind of like the heavy part of the anime because
it characterizes the rest of it.
It was just like the beginning or setting up the start line for the character development for each of the characters because each one of them struggled on their own with the different things,
their own weaknesses.
It was not necessarily that they were bad at dancing,
right?
It was like they felt homesick, they didn't feel good with their body because like they needed to be healthy or whatever, or like they were bad at dancing, like Hiwa.
Right? Yeah. Like Hiwa. She's of course the main character, but you're right. It just like comes from this. Hiwa. So they have their evaluations, their assessments. Since this is also kind of like classes and work all into one, Hiwa is evaluated to be the bottom of everyone. Out of 40 right? Of them. Yeah, 40 girls, and she's the 40th. And for her bad at dancing, and it's kind of sad. She's the one that just like stumbles a lot when she's performing and like trips up and maybe doesn't have the sharpest of movements because hula dancing it's very well with a lot of dancing is very much in like the form, and
it's hard.
It is. Oh yeah, it is hard. I've tried some types of dancing, and it's really like you really not only have to like learn the movements, but really have to be sharp at everything you do. So
Yeah.
Hiwa, that's what she struggles with.
Yeah, this movie is definitely one of those that it's like, overall, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, if you do arts, if you do engineering, if you do sports, like, whatever you do, being an adult is so freaking hard.
So true, so true.
Like that's what I've noticed, because it's like, okay, yeah,
always
like my job is hard. I feel like it's hard. Like even once I'm used to it, it's like I feel like it's hard. And I was this person with this type of mindset of like, oh, arts, it's easy. It's not rocket science. Like you can play the instrument, and then like, I will try to learn the instrument. It's like, this is so freaking hard. I will not do it in my life again.
Right? Oh, I know, right? Like, I practiced the piano, and dang, piano is hard, man. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, yeah. Seriously, yeah, like
or like with dancing, it's like I love music.
Oh yeah,
but I just suck at everything related with music. Be it playing an instrument or dancing. And the fact that I move like a walrus with seizures in Beat Saber proves it.
Oh yes. Oh my. Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, like even this one is like, you know what? Like if you want something, sometimes even hard work is not enough.
Right.
Because she was practicing a lot. She was clearly, putting the effort, and she did not see any improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what I liked from this, was that you have the cliche where she goes at night and she practices by herself in the dance room. With the lights off.
To save energy.
Great. To save energy. Oh, that was a fun part. I liked it. So yeah, oh man. Yeah, it's so hard. And that's what I like about these slice of life sports / performing arts type anime. It shows that hard aspect of these types of things that they love. But yeah, it's a struggle.
I guess we haven't touched like in deep what are the others' problems, right? Well, he was bad at coordinating or dancing.
Yep.
Shion, she's bad at smiling.
Yeah. 39th. Oh man, like I would have disagreed with that ranking, but man, 39th just for not being able to smile.
I think it was really funny because like he was like, I'll do my best, really, and Shion was like, no, because then I'll be the 40th.
Right. She's like, oh my god, I practice harder. She was. I think she was pretty cute. Like, Shion was pretty awesome. So yeah, she's like just literally just practicing smiling throughout this whole anime. So funny.
Ranko, I don't think she has a
really
problem other than I guess she's
her
chubby.
Her chubbiness, which never got her down, which I thought was a great
I get
thing.
like she also had like a good sense of humor of herself.
That's right.
She's like, I'm the sumo girl. Like it's like no one gave her the nickname. She appointed it.
She loved
herself.
Sumo. She's like,
and she was
sumo.
okay. And the other thing is like, I'll just start jogging. I'll just start being more healthy. Not that she was not healthy, because it's like the fact that you're dancing, it means that you're
active. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing we talked about also from the K-drama we did, is that like in shape for some, like one person looks totally different from in shape for another person.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciated it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Kana.
Kana.
Where like she kind of like cut ties with her family, her mom and dad.
Yeah.
Because they wanted her to go to college, and she was like, no, I want to dance. So
decided to do that instead. Yeah.
And Ohana, she is homesick.
Yes, yeah. That was later in the movie. She got homesick before one of their performances. That really was sad, that hit home, because when you get homesick, there's nothing really you can do.
Yeah.
Which it hits hard. And I liked what everybody did, though. Everybody, they tried cheering her up, especially
Kana.
Oh man, that was a silly part when she's like, "Oh, something, yeah," and she says yeah 3 times or something. That was pretty cute.
Yeah, because
I liked it.
Then like like from being, well, I guess Kana was the one being more like closed to the rest of the team, but
yes, that was another thing.
You know that I guess that they were compatible, like they were good friends.
Oh yeah,
with each other.
They were.
There weren't quite a good team. Performances.
Okay.
Because like even the senpai, when she was evaluating them, she was like, "Oh, Kana, your dance is really good, but it seems that you're dancing alone." And then like the opinion with the other ones is like, your dance is good, but you're terrible at smiling. You're supposed to smile. And with Hiwa, it was like, just do better. yeah. And at the same time, like they were not having, this, I guess, this team dynamic.
Yeah.
Which it was also something that they slowly build up.
Oh yes.
This portion, it's a very long portion that it's kind of uneventful. Yeah, it's just them trying to put work and we introduce a few more characters, like the maintenance guy.
Oh yes.
His name is Ryota.
Ryota. Yeah, that was kind of an interesting relationship. But yeah, it is. There are a lot of things that happen that are mostly like uneventful. Ryota, I would say for him, when they meet and she kind of gets interested in him. Interestingly enough, and then she gets under the impression that the senpai likes the maintenance guy when they go off, and like he gave them a ride, and she's like looking after him. And it was interesting because it was like, oh, it's gonna be like a little bit of romance in this anime, and later on find out it wasn't the senpai that.
And there wasn't even romance.
It wasn't even. Yeah, there wasn't.
Because the guy is like, I'll quit and I'll
go back to my
family sake brewery. And it was really close to Valentine's, right?
It was, yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
That part was super funny because she's like,
yeah, that was.
She starts crying and making chocolate, and everyone else comes and is like, "What happened?" Well, you see, and then all of them are crying and making chocolate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was pretty funny. That's right. Because once he leaves, she won't see him anymore. Yeah, I thought that was really silly. There wasn't really much romance in here.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I mean, I don't think it was weird, but they kind of hinted us, and I was like, "Oh yeah, some good romance," and it's like, "Yeah, I was kidding."
Gotcha. Yeah, very very funny.
Because this maintenance guy, Ryota, he was acquainted with Hiwa's sister.
Yep.
And I guess we haven't explained it, but among the hierarchy of these dancers, there are people that have like a stage name, and they also have solo acts.
Right.
And he was sister. She used to have a name that was Puala.
Puala. Yep.
Was Puala, and she was already a solo act. And the senpai that they admired had the same name as her sister, that was Puala.
Like the Hawaiian name.
Yeah.
For and it's like the senpai inherited or took over the name.
Yeah.
Which you can do with stage names. So yeah, it for this. It's significant since the senpai, she took over the name to kind of like carry on that tradition of performing with this legacy that the sister Mary or Mari, it was Mari, kind of like left behind.
Yeah, I think it was Maddie. Yeah.
Yeah, Mari.
Right after that,
it's
they are asked if they want to go to a championship, right?
That's right. With lots of different teams, I guess you could say, coming in and doing this championship. You could almost say it's like nationals, since it's all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they say, yeah, we'll do it. And I think it's pretty nice. They talk about it, they decide together what they want to do. And I like that they decide to do a new one and not one that they have already done. So I think that's kind of cool how they're like, oh, let's decide on a new one together.
Yeah, because once in the competition, like they get ready and everything, they're at the competition. They meet some of Kana's go-highs from high school.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, we have a favor to ask you, and they're like, okay.
Oh, and yes. Yep.
You're like, in this stage, there are a lot of people. They're really good, and you know, they're still kind of like the newbies, and they were practically sent there to redeem themselves from, you know, the fiasco of Miss Hanger.
Oh my gosh. Yep. And they're still recognized by those nicknames.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. And so they're like, let's go for it. Cause who wants to remember that embarrassing time? Oh man. So funny.
And I really liked the performance.
Ooh, yes. It was good.
You know, because throughout the whole movie, at least on the performances, we've been listening to these to these like ukulele songs, like, you know, like Polynesian or Hawaiian songs, if you will, for hula, like, you know, like a really low beat, really tranquil, calm, and you see movement here and there. And there's only one instance where we listen to really high upbeat music, which is when he was at the concert.
Yes, with her friends from high school, with the idol group. That was pretty cool. It kind of like breaks it up. Yeah, breaks it up with a very. And
they end up playing the same, or like dancing to the same song the idols did.
Adapted to hula movements. That was so clever. I loved that. They kind of like had some movements that were kind of like reminiscent of the idol group. So yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah, for the most of it, but really they managed to, you know, adapt these like J-pop song to hula steps. And let me tell you, that requires a lot of skill. And I don't know, and I don't know nothing about music.
Oh yes. So, nothing. But I think so. Yeah.
Because I've listened to songs that, you know, are like originally rock, and they are adapted to like pop or like a ballad, and it's like,
oh yeah,
okay, that requires a lot of skill,
yes.
but I guess
yeah.
I've never seen it in dance of like, oh, we have this
For
J-pop
hula.
song. And we're dancing a hula in hula. It's
of all things, incredible, just incredible.
And it didn't look out of place. It was like, I can see it. Like,
it was
I
really
like
smooth. Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
And it was like an idol concert.
Oh, it was. Because they asked the kohais to basically do the idol cheering, the idol fan cheering, where you like get up and respond basically. So it was incredible. Like, and all the audience was into it. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, and that was the best part because like the audience was like,
exactly. Oh, it was amazing. And of course there were judges there for judging the competition. But so good. Afterwards, everybody, like everyone they talk with, the kohais come up. There was like, I'm not sure if she was like a judge or just a really knowledgeable.
She was a teacher. She was a dancing teacher, but she was also part of the judges.
She was. Okay. She came up to them also, and she was like, like everyone was like, oh, it was so good. It was so much fun. And she was like, even with all your worries and I think like shakiness, like that was your Hula Fulla dance. So it was great. I think they said Fulla describing their dancing. One other part with he was, it was when Hiwa wasn't doing so great at dancing. She described it as like Fulla dancing. But it was great that she complimented them on that. Of course they find out that they didn't really like win anything.
Yeah, which is like there was like a more experienced team that won. So it's like, but you know what? It's like every other team in the respectable sports anime where it's like, we lost, but it doesn't feel like we lost.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we won something else. As cliche as that sounds.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Because they weren't meant to win. I guess it was kind of like impromptu at the same time. Yeah. And even though they were prepared and all of that, it was like that was not the point.
That's right. Yeah. They knocked it out of the water.
Yeah. Because, even the senpai was like, oh, I saw it. I liked it. I really liked it. Like, we all saw it. We liked it. I think you redeemed yourself, Miss Hanger.
Miss Hanger. Oh, man. Oh, so funny. Strange one. Miss Hanger. Oh, no.
Yeah. Kana also reconnects with her mom.
Yep. That was a very touching part. I thought that was really great. The mom provides them with leis, which is great because that's a very traditional Hawaiian thing. So great. Yeah.
Oh, and from there, like that part was really close to the ending.
Yeah, that was basically the end. I think they come back. They also see we see a bunch of different shots. Maintenance guy is back at his family. They're all doing their thing.
Oh, the senpai has a talk with
Hiro. That's yes. Because she explains.
Yeah, the senpai now explains like, I knew your sister, and the reason that like after I became a soloist, I specifically requested the name because she I remember when she told me that she had a sister and that she might be interested in dancing and that she wanted to dance one day with you. So I thought that at least choosing the name that she had was a good way to keep her promise. It was like, boy.
Hits you right in the feels.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, because you are a himawari, like a sunflower. Yeah, it's you, because you are Hiwa, she's Mari, and
together,
like if you arrange them,
yeah,
it's himawari. It's like it's sunflower,
mm-hmm.
like a flower that smiles to the sun, and that was kind of like also like one of the premises of the movie was that Hiwa. She was not good at dancing. I don't know why I keep repeating it.
I mean,
but she had a great smile.
And that's her desire to have others smile like sunflowers whenever she performs.
Yeah, because I remember, like, in her interview, it was like, oh, I want everyone to smile like this, and everyone was like, what is that?
right. Yeah, I thought that was really great thing. And so it brings it full circle with her fulfilling her desire and also fulfilling the Mari's desire. So yeah.
Good.
And also right after that, she's like, oh man, and so this is where it's also bringing back the supernatural part. She runs back to her place, brings out the doll Coco and Nesan, and then talks to the doll, and like they reconcile. The doll talks with her. So funny. So yeah, it's like this movie is supernatural and like it really happens.
Yeah, that I thought that part was a bit out of place, because like she made the connection of like, oh yeah, my sister is like, oh, my sister.
Oh, and
then she goes back to Coco and it's like, you were Maddie. And you're like, took you long enough. And it's like,
okay.
I don't know how that happened, because I don't know how she made the connection, because I didn't do it. But I mean, she also had some closure, because I guess
she did.
She was, I guess, like not accepting yet of like the fact that her sister was gone.
Yeah, it was something like that, accepting that. So what happens is that she now, when she like starts talking with the doll, she goes into like this vision where she's talking with Mari and she's talking with her, and she does reconcile because she refused to say aloha, because aloha can also mean goodbye.
Yeah. I think we forgot to introduce that at the very beginning, just because we were so excited about the rest of the plot.
That's true. Yeah. Because aloha, it can mean hello, goodbye.
It means a lot of things.
Many other things.
I actually took a bunch of pictures.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
When Hannah was giving the explanation.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
It's aloha, so it's akahai, which means kindness. Lokahi, which is harmony. Olu, which means pleasantness. Ahaha, which means humility. And auhui, which means patience. And they use aloha to say hello, goodbye, I love you.
Yes. And because it's all of it wrapped into one. Interesting. So it's like not just hi, but like the beginning of a relationship, or like setting. It's like setting the atmosphere of a relationship. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Wow. And overall, like the really Hawaiian deep. Culture is really deep in as far as family goes.
Oh, very, very, everything to do with culture.
Yeah.
For them.
And like Ohana means family.
Right. The classic. Right. Yeah. Yeah, and so for her, she knows this would be like, if she says it, then she would have to accept her sister like going away, kind of thing, or like
which she had to.
She has to now. Yeah.
This is like, remember you were called Miss Strange because you said that you were talking with your plushie?
Oh yes, very strange. So yeah, they say aloha, and it was pretty great. I think it was really great closure, and we also see her running through a field. The sun comes up, and when that happens, the sunflowers open up in the field. So it's like, wow, so much yellow, and it's really bright. We see her, and she's like holding the flowers, and she's smiling. So yeah, and that's the ending scene.
Yeah, that's like the ending sequence. From there, like it was more like it's a new beginning.
That's right.
We see the senpai retired. She got married with the manager.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah, it was him the entire time. I thought that was pretty silly, and they find out like just beforehand, and like, really, you? Oh man.
Yeah, but everyone else like it feels like life keeps going. It like it was not really an ending, but kind of like a new beginning for Hiwa and for the rest of the girls.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So yeah, that was, again, I think we've said it enough times. It's like it was a happy ending, but that it was also kind of like sad because it's like, oh, what's next? So I was like, that is the sad part because like they grow and that life moves on, and it's like freaking slice of life. That's why I love you and hate you.
Oh yes, yep. Oh, totally agree. I agree.
But oh boy, great movie.
Yeah, really great movie.
It was.
Yeah, I think
it was kind of long, right? It was almost like 1 hour and 50 minutes.
It's just about 40. It's like 1:48, something like that. Yeah, it's a long one. Very much slice of life. I think it was a great movie. I would give it a 7.5. I say it's underrated online.
It is, yeah.
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I like
the art is really good.
Exactly.
I really like the
art
the character.
Is good. The songs are good.
Design. The songs are really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, like the colors seem really calm as well.
They do very calm. Yeah.
So it's like the overall movie displays these really chill aura.
Yeah.
Of like
ALOHA. Yeah, I love it. I like this one.
But yeah.
But
yeah, I hope you like this.
Yeah.
This one, if you haven't watched it, I think it's available on Crunchyroll, right?
Oh, it is?
I think so.
Oh, it was just added.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, go watch it if you haven't watched it. And we'll see you next week.
ALOHA. Yeah.